please?
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was like, okay, everything's in stream, we're all good, things good to go, and my desk fan died. Of course, the one thing that I love having. But hello, who's all here? Delphin, 256K, Mr. Nightbot, Alec Charles, Alansky, Alansky. Hopefully you get your, I don't know where in the shipping process the Sirius is, but hopefully you get it. An Android, hello. 10 strong, hello. How are we doing shipping it tomorrow? I am shipping it tomorrow, apparently, according to the fact that it says Mechs on deck. Welcome to the Austin build stream. I've been very excited about this a long time. So we'll just go right to our sponsors real quick. Zap Cables, you make some of the best cables. I believe you can still go get a white coiled kind of old school looking cable. You can pick your own heat shrink colors just for a little added bonus of customizability. He does make some of the best cables in the business. So be sure to check him out. He's also got awesome desk mats, and he's just an awesome dude. Next up, mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Go pick up GMK Modern Dolch. Had an amazing first day. Be sure to go get it on a $99 base kit. It's the number we love hitting. And then you can also, if you get that, you get entered to be a part of the Dixie Dozen, where you get 20% off for 12 months. So that is pretty sweet. And then be sure to check out, stay tuned for Mech Madness on it. Well, Project Keyboards, go grab Tengu. You have until the 8th, so about 4 more days. Didn't show resub. That's probably a problem on my end. My apologies. Thank you for the resub. Actually, it didn't show, so I don't know. That could be a Twitch thing. Thank you for the resub, as well as Wayne A. and Charles for the resubs. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, Project Keyboards, Tingu's going. GMK Perestroika is happening right now. It's a great looking set. Be sure to check all that out. And he's going to be restocking the Sirius soon, as well as some really cool switches coming later this week. Be sure to check all that stuff out. And last but not least, switchmod.net/mechsondeck will get you 4% off your order of lube springs. I believe he still has some boards on there right now. The E60, I believe. And I'm trying not to look at it so I don't buy it. Not that it's a bad thing, I just don't need another board. And then as well as GMK Metaverse is still running, you can use sweet, awesome, totally better than any other promo code, switchmod.net/chewy, and they'll get you $5 off. There it is, Delphin. Thank you for the 2 months. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer of a build today because I had to lube 100. I think I lubed 115 or 120 switches. Langlandia, what's up, man? So this is the Austin's a full-sized, compact full-size board. So I did lube them up good. You can hit !build for the switches. I put 74 gram Novel Keys springs in them, lubed with the TX oil. I don't know the name of the oil, but the same stuff you get in the little TX springs, the TX keyboards. Lube with those. I've been really liking that. And then 3203 for the rest of them. They're just the gray, the trash colored Yacht Panda housings. Halo clear stems, but let's show you what we're doing. All right, welcome. This is the cool rainbowy TX60. We'll do a little unboxing experience. I put it all back. I tested the PCB, realized I was making a dumb mistake and flashing it in a weird way. Fix that, talk to Drifting Bunnies. Drifting Bunnies is the guy behind Drift Mechanics. So I did show this board off on stream. Yes, I have opened it already. This is going to be with my color really intense. Just to show, extras did just go off the other day, but if you're able to like pick one of these up second hand and they still have the box, this is the experience you get. So cool box, cool foam, gotta love it, right? You get little Austin pin. Don't know what I'm going to use that for yet, but stickers, some LEDs, washers. I don't really know what the washers. I assume they're for the plate. If Drifting Bunnies is in here, we'll show this off. I do want to show off this awesome PCB. So it's a little strange. Haven't seen it done this way, but it does keep it nice and protected. When I opened this up, I was like, where's the PCB? You forgot to give me one. And there's a little hidden compartment. The PCB. Nice. For, you know, packaging. I'm not a, I don't have a system or anything. Oh, I rate boards, but this is perfectly acceptable. Plate, if you want, you'll have to try it out. That's something I'm not really concerned now, but that's something I could definitely try out for later. But yeah, for the packaging or what it was perfect.
PCB smuggling leveled up.
Elephant for the 150 corgi bits. So this was not shipped to me. This was locally, but I imagine it will hold well. Just a second. Oh, PCB. It looks really nice. Here. Yeah. So, the nice glossy finish. Fingerprint magnet, but who cares? It's PCB. Traces look clean. The Austin logo. Very nice. They have the ability for LEDs. I am not going to do LEDs because, good lord, that would be. I like the physical reset button right here. It's a nice touch. I don't know. Some people have gone with the use the tweezers to do whatever this is used for, but well, I'm going. But you can have the button, which is a very nice add-on. Got this. Come on. Alright, well it says Austin PCB release alpha designed by Gondolindrium in partnership with Drifting Bunnies and Phoenix Star. Man, FCK this burger, it tastes like sorbet. I did build this board already once, but it was for someone else, so not they used here, let's bring me back. They used GMK stabs, and that was during the kind of GMK stab problem, and it had unlubed T1 housings, unmodified anything T1, and really made me like, it was something that was like, oh, I love this. This is awesome. This board is awesome, but the build is left something to be personal. Good looking for a PC. Don't know how this is. That was a tough build. That was a tough stream. That's one of the few streams that, yeah, the internet couldn't handle it. The stream I had, this is kind of a big reason I switched my camera up. But the stream had so many issues that I had to restart it twice. And the whole thing was just like, it was tough. But I didn't lube the stabs on the last stream. This is a lot. So I got the, I guess these are the Duroc stabs from Prime KB. Could be wrong. But it's a lot of stabs. We are just gonna... The group buy for the Austin is in fact over. I do not know if there will be a round 2. I hope he does, because since I have built the prototype, this one is going to be better, and it will be something that I take the switches. All more about my switch decision in a minute. Organize. Today I'm going to be 205 grade 0 on stabs as a tradition. I'm going to be doing it slightly heavier than what some people like, because I like a very stabilizer. I highly recommend that. Hot take, whatever. There is no good or bad stab. There are lubing methods. It is what you want. So some people like just a smidge of lube to smooth it out, but they only want to feel the switch. That's fine. There will be a round 2 eventually. But I recommend trying a bunch of different stabs, trying a bunch of different lube methods, seeing what you like more. And I also tend to slightly over lube, just a little bit, so it has some growing room, wiggle room. Lube does even itself out. These stabs, pretty awesome actually. I use them on... I use them on my TX60 build and have been loving them. You do not have to clip them based on their design. They were very inexpensive. I did have to buy these in a pack, but the same ones, I believe they are still up on Novel. But yeah, just lubing. This is the inside part, the inside section, insert of the stab. And when I say generously, like I'm not just throwing as much lube as possible. I'm making sure. What are y'all up to tonight? Is anyone building something along with me? Watching something along with me? Turning the stream on and forgetting? What are y'all up to? Maybe playing some games while listening to the stream. Obviously, I would love if you... but I am not. I am someone that loves to kind of multitask. Oftentimes, I will play a game and listen/watch to the stream. Chime in from time to time. Being here is 90%. Delphin says you got your taxes. And blow it all on keyboards. Working on my widow. Lubing Turk Brotech, let me know, because I have been wanting, they're sitting in my cart, but I haven't pulled the trigger because I don't know if I want them. But yeah, let me know how those are. What are you lubing them? You're keeping me company while I do the dishes. You know, I will say dishes is probably one of my not even dishes. Unloading the dishwasher, one of my least favorite chores around the house. And I do it often because my wife also does not like unloading the dishwasher. It is a shared pain. But one thing, I get to play a fun game of You Owe Me. She does not like cold weather, and I don't care. So oftentimes I will walk the dogs when it's like 10 degrees outside. And she will do things that I hate, chores-wise. So the switches I went with today, Holy Panda. So I have, it's funny, after, you know, discovering creating Zycos, I have one Holy Panda build. And a while back I had a few, and then I planned on having a few just true Holy Panda builds. And then when I was kind of, once I had the Zyko revelation, I kind of ignored Holy Panda. So I have my Holy Jesus switches, which were kind of the first switch that jumped back into the world of Holy Pandas, that got us, that kickstarted the second wave of Holy Pandas. Then I had some red pandas for a while, and those eventually turned into Zycos. And then I had drop pandas that were going to be, and then I turned those into Zycos. And I'd also had like 70 trash pandas laying around, and I put 70-gram springs in them. And I actually used those for quite a while. And a tester board, and 2 different testers. And then really liked them, and then it wasn't until, so, you know, Novel Keys released recently, relatively recently, their springs, and I was like, oh, I'll try these. I think these will be good. And so I suggested them for a friend of the channel. He make Holy Pandas with 74 springs, and it was actually the tofu build, and I typed on that for like a day, and I was like, I like it. So I got more for the Austin and finished lubing those up over the weekend. Really like them. I like them more than my creams. Interesting. Using 3204 this time, my creams have 205 grade 0. I imagine they're going to be smoother than creams, while creams are very smooth. I don't, you know, if you take lube out of the equation, creams are not going to stand up to a couple different switches in my smooth wise. But for me, creams are more about the sound than the feel. As long as it's not a terrible linear. As long as it's not a terrible linear, I don't think there's going to be a big issue with like smoothness and feel. It's linear. It just goes straight down. The spring has more effect on it than like the feel. And then lubing obviously is going to have the most effect. So if you know how to lube, and or at least know how to lube for your own personal preference, then I think you're good. One thing I am excited to do also is be one of the few people that have a CP style layout or a full-size layout with a split backspace. Because I don't want to change. It's my board, so why not? Is that against the law? If you can find me, arrest me. Oh, it's what's even better, and I even got this question from Drifting. You know, he's like, what are you gonna do with that extra key? Do escape keys. Quite literally going to just have 2 escape keys. Because typing normally, I have grown used to the placement of the escape key on a 60%. But when I'm sitting my hand, if I'm just kind of doing something, Stash Builds, what's up, man? How's it going? When I'm just kind of, you know, it's like, oh, reach for the top left, then I will reach for the top board. So it's kind of like, well, I don't really need anything else. I've got, I mean, it's a full-size board, so it's not like I have this dire need to have something else in my reach. So I just decided, you know what, screw it. I'll just do 2 escapes. Double the escape. I might have the top one do like a press and hold function, but for now, they're just gonna be 2. Talisman Solutions. Thank you for the 8 months. And thank you for the bits. You gave us 1,111 bits yesterday. Appreciate it. Time does fly. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it. We are trying to get to the Denver. We bought our tickets. So we will be going to KeyCon. We will soon be putting up a donation goal, as we will obviously need just a smidge of help getting to Denver. We will be going regardless, but it does not hurt to ask. Like, we like doing fun things. And getting to meet people, and getting to hang out with people, and not have to like bring a duffel bag of with a sleeping bag in it and sleep on the road. We do it, but sometimes, you know, we like a bed. I was hoping for that big Chewy announcement, how I overtook Japanese. You did. So, you know what's funny? You overtook him, like, off stream. But you did retake him over 37,777 bits. Thank you so much. Over Japanese Horror Rider with the 36,000. Definitely both to you. I've been thinking of binding an inboard without F-row. Still doing a key press escape shift. I can see that. So, what have we here? Something that you helped design, if I'm not mistaken. Never heard of this board before? Nah, dude. Gondo, welcome. I don't know how much of the board design Gondo had input on, but I know he designed the PCB. And for that, I thank you. Drifting Bunnies, I do have a quick question. If you are in the chat, it would be very helpful. I am actually going to install the LEDs on here, and I don't know if I need to install them prior. He's a drug lord. I don't know if I need to install them prior to soldering any switches in, or if one step done. So do them after everything is soldered in. That makes my life easier. If I go any further about my keyboard idea passing, which I can't imagine. There you go. He didn't say no. My goal for this build is to have the stabs done before 9 o'clock. Because, good lord, they're... And I'm not even using all of them. Got my SAT 75 build this weekend. I lubed some creams for it. Heck yeah, dude. I love lubing my creams. I've got my creams sitting in my lube station ready. For a build that I will not talk about yet. But I believe it is being currently affected by the delays in China due to coronavirus outbreak. I need a lube station so bad. PM me. And I might be able to point you in a direction, a starting point. Other. I have personally never used Clavier, so I had one. Some dude on Reddit just had one where he was like, hey, I'm 3D printing a bunch, get your orders in. And that's how I did it, and I used that one for a long time. It met its wit's end when I loaned it to a friend, and said friend left it in a car in Texas in the summer. Summer/early fall, because early fall is... And yeah, I no longer have that loop station, so... A friend of mine that I do not know, I can't imagine he didn't design it, he just found a design and printed it. So I got some really good ones, but I know a couple different people that 3D print. How willing they are to openly sell stuff is... What is worth what is worth a 4mm slider? Thank you, dude. I'm excited. Other than that, so this group buy ran in, I want to say September, and pretty quick turnaround time. There was a small issue with the other PCBs, which set back the, it can set back the PCB issue, set back the entire group buy. Because he did not, it was something, I guess something with PCB. There was a section that was supposed to be indented that wasn't, and you could file it down yourself, but if you did not want to. Japanese Horror Rider, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Definitely appreciate it, man. Always Japanese Horror Rider. Japanese Horror Rider, I don't know if you are going to be, I don't really know if you talk too much in the chat, but are you going to be at the Denver meetup? If so, please let me know. Never talks, just bits. He's a man of few words and many bits. Have to like PM him. He's a hard man to track down. So yeah, I guess these are like the Twitch new Valentine's Day Twitch. All right, let's see. So I pulled these out, by the way. These are the switches. You've seen them before. Seen them like a month ago. On this very stream. We're gonna test some stabs real quick. What's your hand size? Is there a hand size thing? I don't know. Big. I have shorter fingers but huge palms. I don't know if there's anything. Let's jump to the important part. What's your take on the Austin PCB? I will tell you in just a second here. For reference, here is an enter key in my hand. So you can just grab an enter key and look at your hand and boom. What my thoughts are, I think it's a great PCB. My standard for PCB is pretty simple. It needs to be clean. It's clean. It needs to work. I imagine it works. You'd measure from the indent on your wrist to your up to the middle finger. Don't know. I have tape measure, but not like. How's it going, Racing Draft? Welcome. But yeah, PCB. The traces look clean. Personal things, I don't care for LEDs. Other people do. I get it. I like the little add-ons. With this big of a PCB, you have a lot of options. You can kind of do some fun stuff like this. I like center post. Solid PCB. I have nothing bad to say about it, other than it's really fucking big. Let's see. What else did I miss? Elecom. Oh, I can. Yeah, I can. If you PM me, man, about another time, 10 strong, just let me know. I have short fingers, and I really like this trackball. All right, let's. I'm assuming this is the 7U. Go anywhere. Oh. Am I doing this? I'm probably just making a huge fool of myself. But music first. Done with, for those who care, that was Jobii, Jobii. Now we're going to move on to Osoku. Osoku. O-S-O-K-U. I don't know if you like USB ports just kind of out like that. I get it. If you want to see one that's terrible, look up the Fox Lab Orange 75. Fox Lab 75 has hands down the worst USB port stick out ever. Canoe's also way. I haven't seen a Canoe PCB in a hot minute. Am I doing this on the right now? So one thing about these stabs is the holes are really tight, and what the spacer that goes into it. So here. These spacers that go into it are pretty wide, and so it takes a lot of effort throwing these bad boys down. Like, it almost feels like you're breaking. I'm gonna get the plate out because I like to test it. This. What's funny is I have my setup to where it's like, oh, I can just put boards easily right here, like right on this side. Not the Austin. Yeah. This boy's huge. Here's the Austin. Some fingerprints. Solid finish. Very matte black. So the finish, very solid. I don't know how to rate finishes. Like, I've seen a lot of really good finishes. I guess if I had to go like points, it'd be like, oh, well, points off for the fact that it's a fingerprint magnet, but it's like a matte. It's really nice. Weight looks super nice. It's super clean. It's hefty. I'll get the weight of this built in a little bit. I have already installed bump-ons. So yeah, that's why I'm so. So for those who have not spent a lot of time following this build, it's a CP layout, but you get the 2U 0 key, which is a big drawback to a lot of other boards where you don't get that 2U 0. So people are used to having the full numpad. So this has a full numpad. That would be, it's nice having that whole extra spot to hit. I'm gonna pop this bad boy open. Got the stabs done by 850, maybe. Find out. Zap, how's it going? Those who don't know, Zap makes some of the best, if not the best, cables in the business. Go check him out. It's got the white. Do you still have the white cables in stock right now? Who's that? It's a man. Just follow. Thank you, Z-Man. Miss the EOI. EA. At EAOI. But yeah, and one thing that's really cool that I did not know that I think is a really cool addition is you can get custom heat shrinks. So they make them pre-made, accept the heat shrink, and then you can pick your heat shrink. Really cool. Here's the bottom. Get that cleaned up in a little bit. Nice deep drift. Yeah, get your zap. Honestly, the only reason I don't have every cable I ever use in Zap when it comes to USB is I would be afraid of it then taking over the rest of my life, where it's like, all right, well, I don't care that this cable that's USB, it goes from my DAC to the back of my PC and literally does not get seen, has to be Zap. And quite frankly, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like that might be a little... So it's a standard top mount, like 10 mounting points, top and bottom. XX Coin Storm XX. You already say what keycaps you're using. I have not said what keycap. Did I reveal or did I see? I think I was wrong. So 1, 2, 3. So it's 8 mounting points, 3 on the top, or sorry, bottom, 3 on the bottom, 5 on the top. FD plate. Nice looking plate. Real quick on the plate. The plate, very similar to the Baka. Pretty standard. There's nothing brass plate. Not polished, it's not PVD, it's just solid sandblasted plate. I like these relief cuts. Oh. Solid relief cuts. Flex because it's so wide. Let's get a few testers, stabilizers tested, a couple anchors, and then we will start the cooling process of soldering over 100. Back. Did you say solder? Son of a bitch. One of my favorite recent little memes of that. It was like Spider-Man was like, Darth Vader, I need help. Why would I help you? And he's like, we're gonna go kill Sandman. And he's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Alright. What's wrong with your stabs? I'm very confused. Loud boys. Well, not all of us need silence. That's what Greg Mort, welcome. Good. Damn, everyone's on alpacas. These are actually holy pandas. Tactile switches. I will be getting some of the new lilac tactiles. I like to call them lactiles. Howard the Lion codes, welcome. And this lighting, yeah. Holy pandas are holy pandas are a tactile. If you get like just pandas, that's a limp. Here real quick. I'm actually gonna go use the restroom really quick because I've been drinking a ton of water. So I will be right back. Quick shout out to Genly Bean. I don't know if she's in the chat right now, but she is in our Discord. She made me this awesome wallpaper based off of board that you saw at the beginning. So I will be right back. Hello. Best pandas for Zycos, Yoks. Yoks are the ones that I use. I don't know if there's actually a best. If Canner, what's up? Dude. So if you don't have one of these, by the way, well, mates, then you should, because they're great. Best is Polar Pandas. Sure. The other Yoks. I also realized I did not screw in my stabs. Do that after getting these anchor switches in. For those curious, I solder at 660. It's a little high from what some people will tell you. Brez, welcome. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm excited. I'm finally getting to build this board. Might be a little high, but that's just what I'm comfortable at. believe that's it. It's going tonight. Answer that, but I think we got our anchors in. Get stabs screwed in before I just screw up the entire build. For those curious, the stabs. So the stabs I'm using are these Duroc stabs, and I will say that if you are looking for stabs, I think I'm ready to say that these are the best ones that I have found. These are my current favorite. Do what you will with that information. I urge you to try them for yourself. But they are the Everglide stabs. I believe they're Duroc, Everglide. I mean, they're all. Zeal is still better, but for the price, Duroc wins. If you factor into the account that Zeal stabs can have issues with if you get a perfect one, yes, I will say they're very, very smooth. It's very nice, but I will say the difference is so menial. I've heard that the Everglides do pop out. Well, I personally don't know. I have not had one pop out so far. I've used my third build with them and have not had any issues with them popping out. But when you bring in price into the equation, that's why I think I have yet to use the C3 stabs on anything I have liked, but the C3 stabs are very wide, and the plate that I used the C3 stabs on was very tight, so I did not get that good of it. I didn't get that good of a representation, in my opinion. All right, let's get. I'm actually gonna turn off the soldering iron because it's gonna take at least 20 minutes to get a long periodic. This guy. Change it. It's a little. Jeff Leopard, welcome, welcome. To get some switches out. Did I mention, I don't know, Stash, if I ever actually mentioned, I will be putting GMK Mizu on this build. I think I plan on putting Terra on it, but I have a feeling I'm going to really like Mizu on this, and it's going to make me... It's going to make me be like, nah, I gotta put... I'm gonna keep Mizu and just put Terra on something different. And Terra's so far away from being produced that I'm genuinely like, oh, it's gonna be, I'll have something. Shipped out my Mizu bundle today. I saw it too much, so I never use my set. It is the time. Mizu's probably going on my Austin too. Well, Fuyu gets delivered. Very nice. What color Austin did you get? Dots and Voyage to show up. Navy with Mizu will look very nice. I also think it will look very nice with Fuyu as well. Is Fuyu still running? I believe it is. I think it started. So yeah, you could get, in this group buy, you could get a navy, which came out beautiful, a black, which came out, in my opinion, the best. Granted, I am not a fan of navy boards, but they did the navy one justice. Get your sets, man. Yeah, Fuyu, solid set. And then gray, which is nice, but I already have a Fiel and an OSA. And my Baka is gray. So I was like, you know what? I don't have a blackboard. I think Mizu will look better on a blackboard. So let's go for a blackboard. Proto blue Austin. So yeah, the prototype for the Austin was this very vibrant, like, Mechanist Clippa blue. Very vibrant. I'm sure it would look great with Voyager, but it's too blue for me. I've been burned before. What are y'all excited for? Who got in on Moto Light? A lot of people must have gotten. It's like over almost 1,000 base kits sold already. Did not. Got a base kit first day for a small discount. Absolutely. 95 bucks. 94.99. It was either Moto or GMK Hero, so I chose Moto. I think Hero is a fine set, but it is one that I couldn't really unsee. Like, I know Rudy came out, but I also just couldn't unsee Notre Dame, and I'm not a big Notre Dame fan. Long story. And the story would give away definite details about my life I don't plan on revealing publicly. But I am not a big fan of Notre Dame, and that one I was just like, it's too much Notre Dame. And like, yes, I played Ocarina of Time. Yes, it was a great game. I very much enjoyed it in my youth. And the other Zelda games, I couldn't really get into Breath of the Wild. Fight me, I understand. People are like obsessed with that game. I've watched people, I had more fun watching people play it than I did playing it. Waiting on camping and camping and cafe, so I don't need another key set as of now. What plans do you have for? yellow and green wasn't my thing. Yeah, I'm a huge. You know what's funny is I'm a big Packers fan, but it just wasn't. There, you know, I've talked with Zap. Zap is a huge Packers fan as well as myself, and it's tough to make like a yellow and green don't really go well together in a set. Like I've tried it many times, and I'm just like, looks too. Join the Key 65 camping themed, and I am still thinking of a fan. The LZ Fits. Yellow green cable. Yellow green cable looks great. There is a Packers themed cable that I have that is hanging on for dear life. Well, camping and cafe are both excellent sets. Well, that switch has disappeared into another dimension. Cafe is probably one that I will regret not getting. Maybe I can get an extra. I don't think I got anything. I don't think I got anything in October. Set one. I got Terra. Not getting anything else. Who's the vendor for Cafe? Kanekeys. Yep. Kansas City is in Missouri. What the fuck am I? Yes. Accurate. So, okay. Fun. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna get into the politics thing because I know that's an edge. But so my brother lived in Kansas City. So there is Kansas City, and then there is what they nickname up there KC-Mo, which is Kansas City, Missouri. So Kansas City is literally, there is a street dividing Kansas City, or Kansas and Missouri, in the state, or in the city. So you can be, there is a Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. But the main part of Kansas City is on Missouri. I trapped hair in this. I love it. Oh, that's like in the Switch. Love it. Even more. But yes, it's goofy that they did not pick a more neutral location or a different name. Who knows? Yes, that honestly is probably the most to be. But I think the worst word in the English dictionary is the word kernel. And not kernel as in a popcorn kernel. Colonel as in a colonel in the military. All in all. What about, I call it, I don't know the exact pronunciation. I personally call it Worcestershire sauce. Or just Worcestershire sauce. The fun way. Alright, real quick. For the fun. Ready? Look at all these keys. You certainly don't need a double backspace. You do need a double back. I think that's correct. Music's gone. Worcestershire. Hopefully that's good. Yep. Flip backspace on a full side. Absolutely. Not okay. Who's getting Future Funk? I am not. Not a fan. Not. I don't think it's bad. It's not a personal taste. All right, let's. Is Langolandia in here? In the chat, Langolandia, if you're in the chat. Really into monochromatic. You're talking about like sets that are monochromatic. Oh, so you just mean like sets that don't have colors for alpha. I get that. So stuff like nines, minimal, minor things falls into that. Perestroika. Good monochrome. One set that I am hoping gets another round. That I would love to own. Terminal. I know it's already got a round 2, but round 2 is pretty. The grand scheme of keyboard, round 2 is pretty solid. I've slept since round. Camping just got. You won't have to wait that long. The biggest problem with camping round 2 is which makes me curious if novelties for round 1 skyrocket in price. YouTube. Looks. Botanical is a must-buy for me. I'm liking Botanical a lot. I think it's got some very clean novelties. The color scheme is a nice muted green, and will, quite frankly, honestly, be a buy for me. No idea what I'll put it on. That's going to be one of those sets that I start taking a hard look at what I own and what I don't, and what I am using and what I am not offloading. Because the other thing too is, you know, tastes change. People change, tastes change. You know, I love camping. It could be a set that might come out that I go, I like that way more than. Hasn't yet, not that I've seen. But for the time being, it kind of pays for some. I like Moto Light. I really like Mr. Sleeves with minimal with the Icon add-on kit. Very clean set. I really like Modern Dolch. I think there are some boards and caps. So like my TX60 with camping, never gonna split those up because I think that board matches the key set too well. I think a FL with Modern Dolch is too good of a combo. Mizu's probably going to be one of those that I'm good. What I have planned for minimal, I think, is going to be a set and a board that I'm just like, and we're done. So, soldering wise, definitely an amazing experience on this PCB. The pads are great. Heats up solder. Super easy. Very clean. Gondo did an amazing job. What am I doing? Inhaling fumes. So my amazing wife, I've said this before, got me this dope fan. It's like make a lot of noise. If that is making like a horrific buzzing sound in the mic. But yeah, this little fan, battery powered, ran out of battery. Can't hear it. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's Honeywell, for those who are curious. Super inexpensive. Got it on Amazon. Look at that. Blows the fumes right out. And it's nice, just a nice portable little fan. Battery, I think there's also USB power, which I have to switch to. Delafin with 100 bits. My solder bro. Yeah, appreciate the bits. I will say it's I don't know if it was the batteries, because they weren't expensive batteries by any means, but it did suck up the battery charge pretty quick. But it's a powerful little fan. There's only really one setting, but it's not, I don't think it should set. Yeah, you know, and I did a couple. I did the numpad, and I got like my monthly dose. I don't think you're in the minority. I think that, in my opinion, hot swaps are great when you were getting started. And I wish like hell that hot swaps were much more of a thing when I started, because you can try so many. They get a switch testers. If not Geo's here, let it be known that I said this. Switch testers are great for weeding out switches immediately. If you are curious to try like a spring weight or 4 different Zelios, by all means. I'm like running out of space on the desk. Then you want to try a bunch of different switches, a bunch of different tactiles and all that, then I suggest getting one. Will help you weed out immediately, oh, I don't like that. And what that can do is then you go, okay, well now I don't need, you're not going to be able to get the full, like, this is the board, this is the switch, this is how it feels, unless you put it in a board and type on it. 100% accurate. And that's why like a tester board is great. That's why I think something tofu 5 degree hot swap, even a plastic case So I don't think that it is by any means like a necessity, but if it's something where if you're like really want to get into the hobby more, I can. Or if you're a newcomer and you go, well, I don't want to buy a million boards, but I wouldn't mind having, you know, a hot swap board where I can change the whole board out the board all at once. And so that's why I think sorry, hold on real quick. Get some music going. Yeah, that's why I think these hot swap boards are great, but end of the day, you're only going to get the layout that they want. So that's why I think, you know, oh, it's good to get a hot swap board. It's good to have one that you know you're like, oh, I like the switch, or to do what Metallic Charles does. Metallic Charles will break in switches. Sometimes it's good to break in switches, break in springs. So it's not, you know, it's not really it's not just a newbie thing, but it can be very, very helpful. Whereas once you're going, okay, I know what I want. I know I want Breams with 67 gram springs, lube with 3204. That's going to be my favorite. Then yeah, then you go, okay, well, maybe you can look into getting something where you can solder it in, and then it's more permanent, and you don't have to deal with issues. You can get your step caps lock. You can get the custom layout that you want, because a lot of these PCBs have custom layout. The other thing too that's great is you can get like a hot swap 60%, and then you go, well, I know I want like a satisfaction 75. And so at that point you can go, well, I don't know what switches I want, but I know I want that board, but I want to try a bunch of switches. Boom. You might find that you like 67 gram versus 65 gram. Who knows? Yeah, it's a solid board. Good job. Looks solid, not my cup of tea. I don't really care for the knob. I don't really care for the screen. It's cool that we can do that. It's cool that we've made the boards. Nothing against what we have done with that board. But it is not for me. It's not something that scratches them. Now, other boards I'm excited about. Excited to see the Gods. Excited to see how the Como PMO 50 B2 King Bunny's the man that made excited to see that board. I'd like to pick up a Sirius. Howdy, howdy. Texan Space Agency. Are you here to recruit me? Holy red. I wore a pink shirt, so what are you doing? I am building a key. You are new. I am building mechanical key. So at Mechs on Deck, we hard rip. So if you are new to the channel, Mr. Texan Space Agency, We are a community that builds custom keyboards, custom computer keyboards, mechanical keyboards. Mechs on Deck, one of the many awesome content creators. I just called us awesome. I don't. One of the many content creators of a bunch of other awesome. And so Mechs on Deck is a show. We do builds as well as talk to community members, as well as to each other, go over news. I am one half of Mechs on Deck, the other awesome Mr. Osiris. We talk about this crazy awesome hobby and try and get people more into this great hobby because we all use keyboards. Most people use keyboards in their day-to-day life often. So why not have the best experience with something that you use so much? Were these purple Durox tabs? No, these were the clear ones. I did buy, like, I did get a bunch of those. So. But I imagine they're the exact. Imagine it's Mr. Texan Space Agency, did we run you off? Probably not the worst idea, because this is an expensive hobby. Gondo, what you could think about is, yeah, you got it for 900. Think about this. What if you didn't get in on the group buy? What if they do a limited rerun? You couldn't get in on it, and then the board goes 1200. You could be saving money. Octagon 8763, thank you for the sub. I'm watching. Welcome, welcome. Always good to see another fellow Texan. This recalibrates my definition of soldering that board. Depends on what boards you're soldering. But yeah, so typically, this board is called the Austin. It is a full-size compact layout board. This is probably this is the biggest board I've ever in the of custom. Technically, my Razor bigger by probably a little more than 5 keys. Full size, pad, and the 6 mag. Dude, what the fuck? What? That I had a Razor? Gotta start somewhere, man. I feel like I did something. I'm very lost. But that's just kind of how my life is. I fit it in a backpack zipped up. I don't know about this one. So another, here, I'll show this one off real quick. This is the size keyboard I am most accustomed to using. I have a 10 key. Yeah, this is the one that I'm used to. EX60. It's a big enough backpack. I'm just like. Yeah, the novelty enter. I think the only one that I like more, the only novelty enter that I like more is in Mizu's The Wait. Anyone? Made me genuinely excited. The lime one's fun, but it does kind of remind you more of just like straight up branding. But it's a good one. For enters. I do like the bento enters pretty nice. I don't remember what the cafe. I carry my HBCP in like dude, yeah, I don't know whose dumb idea. DB, are you still planning on building yours, Fred? Bag, absolutely. Have those called what? This is amazing. Okay, I have to show this. I didn't see. Look at that. Telling you where to put stuff. This PCB just went into the top 2 PCB, top 3 PCB ever used. It tells you where to put it. Hondo, thank you. I think I am done. All you had to do was label back of the piece. See if we forgot any. I would not be surprised if I did, because this is a big boy. I would actually be more impressed if I got them all. An even success. Good so far. Probably missed one, but that's a lot. Test her out. That's the did a quick test of this. Short legs and thank you. We'll get that done after. I did not flash it yet. I will flash it after. Just seeing. So I'm genuinely worried because I think this is going to screw up my scenes because my scenes are synced up with the numpad. So if I start going crazy on my scenes, I will just do it quick. Ooh. Let's get these LEDs in there. So I'm not quite sure. Yep, I don't know what happened there. All right. Whoops. Well, no fancy scene selection. Should be here tomorrow. Heck yeah. We're gonna do it with these little rubber. Give it the full trim. No idea what switches to use. I can't imagine Zycos are the best choice. Someone did. That's an experience. Jondo, are these yours? Let me know. Short leg and the square. I'm going to assume that the Phoenix is Phoenix. So my problem is the LEDs are falling. It's got some time to travel, so I'm gonna grab some tape just behind me. Temporary. Still, I'm waiting on the answer for the right answer. I missed something. I needed to get some tape to hold the LEDs in place. Not really a design flaw as much as it's just you can hold them in place. Who needs a test, man? Well, it works. Boom. Alright, so this is actually the first time, maybe I've said this already, the first time I have used LEDs on I've done it once just to see if I could do it like work, but indicator lights. This is the first. Pretty excited. We are done soldering. I'm going to quick water, grab. I'm actually going to change up the desk mat. So I will be right back, just tidying up, and we'll put some caps on, get a sound test. See if this works yet. Nope. Be right back. Alright, I'm back, and it's super bright. Right. Wanted some good contrast. There's a very bright desk pad. You can actually warm it up a little. So I'm going to be trying with these little washers. Fun little test. See how she goes. That did not work. Maybe I'm supposed to put washers. Singapore, what's up, dude? Washers would go between top piece and that is going to be difficult. Singapore, man, how are you doing? Petrov, how's it going, man? It's here. Still. Petrov, I am very excited to meet you. In June. Anybody else who is going to be at KeyCon, we will be there. This is one that, you know, we had been to a lot of quote-unquote duds. The Austin one was good, the Houston one was fine, but we were excited to see a lot of the cool boards. While it was going to be awesome to meet people, we were still very excited that we were going to get the chance to see a lot of boards that we wouldn't always have the opportunity to see. Now that we've seen a lot of boards, while we were still excited to see a lot of boards, we were more excited to meet Jeff Leopard. Will probably be there. Well, Jeff Leopard, you find me, point at me, say hello. Don't introduce yourself and awkwardly make me sit there and say hi. So we're putting washers, so the washer's going bottom washer plate. Saying that like I totally knew that's how it was. Drifting bunnies in the chat. I would have given up on that very quickly. And I wish I could show you what my dog is doing. He is just very goofily rolling around. I'm missing one. I had them all. Probably fell. It will turn. Top looks like with. Dude, there's always a wrong runner, man. I do a quick scan. Throw me. Woohoo! Boys, got there. Magnetic bowls are great until you just beat it right off the side of the... Just throw it right down. Although, yes, I... Bottom piece down, man, you know, I live by my own rules. For those wondering, this is a personal board. Be a little rough on it. I will not treat you. I will treat other people's boards with the utmost care. My own, not that I don't respect my own stuff. Not as well. Black and brass is very nice color. Do it for the screwdriver. Now we just got some caps to throw on. what I'm interested in and excited about. So the last time I did this board, I used Muted, and Muted had like 900 caps. So many caps. There's like so many caps. It seemed ridiculous. And Mizu, while still offering us all caps, not have that. This, it's cool. Come on. Not gonna see this key on this big of boards that often. Flip spacebar, because that is how I roll. Is it just me, or is the underside? I mean, it does kind of have that cool little stripey effect. I get it. This is funny because typically I don't double escape right off the bat. I don't know, like I'm used to building 60%, so I'm like, half these apps good. And now I'm second guessing myself on where normal kept. Keycaps, this is GMK Mizu. Probably still, it's probably relatively easy to find at the moment. In our mech market. Not gonna say it's going to be the easiest, but probably still relatively. Had to. Love it. W. Scoops. Person. Bars. These ugly bars. We can have El Baron bring his caps. I'm so excited. Hey, Rensuya. It's a very nice scene. Almost like someone who designed it did a great job. Now this was a set, you know, and I'm not afraid to say this is a set that I was like, you know, show me what you got, prove to me. I don't want to buy in group buy, but I want to see how it looks. So right now I am 3 for 3 on Rensuya set, at least in regards to well, the goal, I will do my best to take some pictures that do not have white. I am not a photographer by any means, but I will do my best to make sure it does not look like a white alpha set. I can guarantee you that I will try my best. Drifting Bunnies, if you are in the chat, I would be very appreciative. Drop me a link to the KLE. I can see what the rest. And see, now I'm to the point where I'm like, well, I've got half of the avatar, so, and I know I'm gonna like the wind, or the Air Nation, the Air Nation one, so I'm like, well, I like Zuko. Zuko's one of the best written characters, cartoon animation. He has an amazing story arc and redemption story. Take some pics of that. I will get some pics. If not today, tomorrow. I will absolutely take as many pictures as I can, and I will send you some if you would like me to. They will definitely be going up on Instagram. What even are these keys? I mean, come on. I'll probably like, so is Red Dragon. Now I don't want to make you force your hand or anything. I'm assuming that Red Dragon is the Fire Nation, but I could be wrong. But based on the colors alone, that is what I'm... Who's producing, like, who's the vendor of Red Dragon? My guess would be... But that is simply a guess. That is by no means. Mizu will look good on any board. I beg to differ. I think there are a few boards that I think Mizu would not look great on. I think Mizu on a purple board would not be the greatest. Simply because those colors don't. But at the end of the day, some of these boards are just... You can't make a set that looks amazing on everything. We've said, you know, like something like black on white or white on black. Like, honestly, white on black is one. Actually, these are pandas. White on black is probably one of the few sets that might actually not be bad matchup. We're in. I have no. Building with panda. Looking it up. Page up, page down. I don't know if that's right, but we're rolling with it. All right, where's it? %. Got print screen, because definitely need that. Here's my 1U home. Totally forgot about the enter over here. Let's see. Why do most boards with this layout not use the two? So you can actually push this section over. This is not needed. This is really, at the end of the day, it's not needed, that entire row. Because you can push it over and this arrow key can go pretty far into here. What you do really, grab this. This can be split up into these two. You really don't need the 00. If you get that out, you can push that and omit this, which could honestly give you about a ½ an inch extra. Yep. I mean, and in reality, these three are not the important part of the Austin. The important part of the Austin is bringing the 2Us. As far as I'm concerned, that is what the process. That was what the thought. Correction. Print screen, which I know is Osiris's favorite. I'm gonna put that. Osiris's favorite keycap ever and switch ever. He uses it all the time. Print screen. Yep. Hide it real quick. The final reveal. Quick typing test. Finish it up. I do plan on, so fun story. I had to switch away from VLC movie or VLC media player to Windows Media. And then in the playback of me recording video, it wouldn't let me play a particular file type. So I switched to Windows Movie, and then whenever I would record stuff on Discord, it was really choppy and was spending hours and hours, weeks, trying to figure out what was wrong with it. So what I eventually figured out is that Windows Media Player was playing back lag. Video was fine. Yes. Pro strats. So I will be getting some typing tests. And I will be that, and we're done. Boom. Austin. GMK Mizu, 74 gram, 3203 lubed, Holy Pandas. FD. I'm excited. Very excited. Let's... This is an awesome board. I wish, like, the blue looks a little more... The navy looks about on point. That's pretty spot on. White's white. This blue, I will say, is a little more vibrant in the video. I will grab my weight here in just a second, or my scale. I will say the blue looks a little more vibrant, where it's a little more faded out in this one. So your music is a bit too loud. So, but yeah, this navy looks great. I think it looks great on black. I think it lets everything pop some. Yeah, MK Mizu, I'm finally glad to... I have an amazing wife. Got me my scale. $33.47. 7 pounds 6 ounces. 7 pounds 5.9. It's heavy. If someone's breaking into my house, I'm gonna throw this at them and they're going to die. Like, what's funny though is, so holding it like this, wouldn't really guess, because a lot of these boards are so compact that 5 pounds in this is going to feel heavier. Awesome. Let's throw some doodle bobs in the chat. She got nails done. Look, fucking, she could do the sound test. We will get this muted first. Set it up. So how I have it set up, it's, I mean, trying to see. Bob sound. Let me get that, which is our the Holy Pandas Yak Trash housing, 74 gram. Springs from Novel Keys, lubed with 3. You might hear a little background noise, but on the mic, so it'll be a little louder, but as raw as possible through to you. So. I did not, in fact, paint my nails really fast. She types correctly, and I don't type correctly. So, yeah. Today was loud. Alright, hold on. Second. And we're back. So yeah, thank you guys. Do you have a noise gate on your mic? Your mic tends to cut out at the start of some words. Might just be buffering. I do have a noise gate, but it's sometimes just because of the way it's pointed. I just turned it off for the sound test so that it can be clipped or anything. But I'm reading all the because, yeah, doing a type test angle mic. A lot of that's going to go in. I like I said, now that I've got my video thing fixed, I probably am going to drive myself crazy doing typing tests because my personal opinion on typing tests is that it is very difficult to get a perfect typing test due to the fact that what you hear through your computer speakers is always going to be slightly different. It's what you hear in person is going to be what actually matters. Just keep that in mind. Can I just hit the alphas again just now? Hold on. So that had noise gate and stuff like that, but sounds really good. Sounds like a Holy Panda board. It's a bit loud. It's a little loud, but it's not. I mean, it's a Holy Panda. I'm not trying to make a quiet board. So I mean, my wife uses a Box Jade boards. We don't care about that in this. Yeah, and that's another thing that I think I wanted. That's a big reason I wanted Mizu on it. Is it really does show off this beautiful. So let me adjust the lights just a little. And you test for pinging. A little bit. It's nothing major, and you really have to hit it. I mean, that's metal on. It's not a gasket board, so you're not gonna have like total isolation mount or anything like that. But I mean, if you're holding it up to your ear, which means there's less vibration reduction based on the table, and you're hitting the middle of it, yeah, you're gonna. But cause for worry. Real quick run through, switchmod.net/mechsondeck for 4% off your order of lubes and springs and other stuff like that. You can also use the promo code Chewy for GMK Metaverse to get, I can't, real quick, let me, sirs, I'm not as fancy as Mr. Osiris, but you can use GMK Metaverse for $5 off using the promo code Chewy or just going to switchmod.net/Chewy. And that will be running for this first half of the month as well. You can go to Zap Cables to pick up some awesome cables and desk mats, as well as some awesome pre-made cables and DIY kits. The pre-made cables, the ones right now, look really cool. The white with coils, and you can customize which heat shrink you want, so you can still customize a little bit of it. They make the best cables. mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up GMK Modern Dolch Light. This is going to be a set you don't want to miss. I'm getting in on it. Very excited for that set. You can also enter to win to be a Dixie Dozen winner, so you get 12 promo codes of 20% off, so be sure to check that out. And last up, you can go to the link mechsondeck.project.link for Project Keyboards. Project Keyboards currently running the Tengu GMK Perestroika, great set, and as well as he's going to be releasing two different, there's a linear and a tactile switch coming at the end. So how do you get in the Dixie Dozen? Just by buying the product. You have to buy a base kit. I believe it's base kit. So check that out. And thank you guys, everyone who showed up. Thank you, Drifting Bunnies. Thank you for letting me be a part of the group buy. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for making an awesome board. Gondo, thank you for making an awesome PCB. Thank you to Phoenix for helping be a part of this awesome board. Thank you to Rinsuya for the awesome keycap set. Thank you guys once again. We're gonna go find someone to raid real quick. Be sure to check us out tomorrow. Mech Merlin is thank you for sending me the blue. Exactly. Tomorrow we're gonna have Mr. L Baron on from Smith and Rune. Talk about the Iron 165, maybe some future projects. We don't know. We haven't asked him yet. Also, how to get that jacked. As if you haven't noticed, he's like one of the most jacked individuals in the hobby. Mech Merlin. Here we go. What should we say to Mech Merlin? Try Zyko. I'm typing on a board that's not plugged in. We're going to send this. He said his favorite 2 tactile switches and 2 of his favorite switches in general are Holy Pandas and Zelio V2s. So, that connects, you won't be upset. So let's raid Mr. Mech Merlin. Good night, everybody. Get him to try some Zykos. Hopefully we can. And tomorrow, like I said, 8 p.m., my co-partner, my counterpart, partner in crime, whatever you want to call it, Osiris will be here. Talk. Have a good night. Enjoy some Mech Merlin.